Hello, race fans, and welcome to Disc Golf Daily, the podcast that gets you caught up with disc golf growth and news in just 10 minutes. And if you're waiting to watch the Super Bowl on Jomez Pro, you might want to turn it off right now, because I'm going to give a big shout out and a congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on their Super Bowl overtime victory. All right, back to it. Now smash that volume button, because we're getting right down to it. Here's hoping Steve Thompson from Columbia, Missouri is listening. He's the newest PDGA member, 278794. Welcome aboard, Steve.
Let's start with the stat of the day.
That's a great idea, Lily. Let's get right to it. The top PDGA cash earners this year on the men's side, Corbin Milcheski. He's $4,000 richer than he was January 1st thanks to the NADGT. He won $4,000 at that event and now leads the cash race. Corey Ellis is in second with $2,531. He's played 2 events and won 2 events. It's going to be exciting to watch him at chess.com. Ezra Robinson is in third with $2,353. He's got 1 first and 1 second to start the season. On the women's side, Eliezra Midling with $1,690. She also won the NADGT, puts her on top of the FPO cash race. She will be playing at chess.com, so get excited. Jen Allen is in second with $1,349. She's got 1 second and 2 firsts to start the season. Juliana Korver rounds out the top 3 on the women's side with nearly $1,100, 3 events and 3 wins, one of which we will talk about in just a second. In the PDGA points race, Cam Messerschmidt is $1,395. Luke Sampson and Jared Stoll round out the top 3. On the women's side, Valerie and Alexis Mandujano have 165 points. Jen Allen has 135. You might be wondering, where's Juliana Korver? She's played 3 events and she's won 3 events. She currently has 65 points. It's not just winning, it's who you beat. And let's go to who Juliana beat. At the Bottle Lake Open, presented by IDEO, Juliana Korver won by 31 strokes. She did average 975, so a darn good rating on those rounds. But again, not great competition, not the kind of competition she'll be expecting to play against if she plays on elite events this season. On the men's side, Levi Stout and Luke Humphreys, they're tied going into the final round. Well, not going into the final round, but during the final round, after 11 holes, they were tied. And then on the 12th hole, Luke Humphreys gets the birdie, Levi Stout gets the bogey. Luke's 20 points rated higher. Is it over? Heck no. Levi replies by going 6 down on the final 6 holes and wins by 1. Well done, Levi. And elsewhere at the Gulf Coast Charity Open, Matthew Blakely holds off a late charge by Clay Harvey to secure the win. And on the women's side, Morgan Linz birdied 4 of the last 5 holes to overtake sister Jordan Linz. And in the last 2 rounds, they both averaged over 975. And yes, they are both playing chess.com. There is a lot of stories as we head into the 2024 season.
YouTube subscriber growth report for players.
On Mondays, we catch up with the YouTube players and see how their channels are doing. Simon Lizotte and Eagle McMahon are go 1-2 in growth. Simon added 1,000 subscribers and Eagle McMahon added 700. On Simon's channel, Simon and Eagle had a glitch-only warehouse battle. He also had a mini disc golf at the Disc Golf Expo. Those are 2 very popular videos. If you're not watching his channel, check it out. Eagle, meanwhile, builds his MVP bag and gains 700 subscribers. He's gained almost 4,000 in the past month since he made the announcement that he is joining Team MVP.
Number 1 news story of the day.
The All-Star teams have been chosen. There will be a skills challenge on Friday. I don't know whether singles or doubles are on Saturday, because in one place they say singles is Saturday and the other place they say doubles is Saturday. And then the then the other event is doubles or singles will be Sunday. The teams have been chosen. On the women's side, Team Own is Own, Scoggins, Haley King, Jessica Weiss, Henna Blomroos, Kat Murch, and Macy Valadiaz. They'll be going up against Team Missy, which is Missy Gannon, Holland Handley, Ella Hansen, Allie Smith, Katrina Allen, and Sarah Holcomb. And on the men's side, Team Heimberg versus Team Robinson, Team Isaac Robinson. Calvin got himself, James Proctor, Anthony Barella, Ricky Wysocki, Chris Dickerson, and Matt Oram. And Team Isaac is Isaac and Ezra Robinson, Kyle Klein, Gannon Burr, Cole Radallen, and Aaron Gossage. That is going to be a really fun battle, and it makes me wonder, perhaps instead of doing this draft, which is actually fun to watch, perhaps they should divide the teams up and say the 6 oldest and the 6 youngest. And let's just have a youth versus experience battle, and that's what the All-Stars are. I actually love the fact that the All-Star event is at the beginning of the season as opposed to in the middle or at the end when everybody's exhausted. I love starting the season out in a really good, happy, fun way. We'll talk more about the format and the matchups tomorrow and Wednesday.
What else is happening?
The Pro Tour announced their qualifying series. This is a really exciting development in professional disc golf. It's where the sport needs to go. There needs to be a path that everybody understands they can take to get themselves onto the Pro Tour. We are past the days where you can just step onto the course and say, I want to play, and expect to be in the events. So the PDGA has selected, looks like 10 or 12 A tiers, and I expect they might add some more as the season goes along. And you play these A tiers, they take the top 3, your top 3 results, and that equals your Q Series score. And if you're in the top, then you get into the Q Series finale, and in there you can earn your way onto the 2025 Pro Tour. A very exciting, good development. Link in the show notes if you want to read more about it. But short version, there's a bunch of A tiers, and if you want to get your 2025 tour card, that's the way to do it.
What else is happening?
The PDGA has announced that spectator tickets are available for their 2024 events. Link in the show notes if you want to go to a PDGA Major, namely the U.S. Women's, the Champions Cup, and Pro Worlds. And the funny thing to me is they're selling tickets on Disc Golf Scene. Like, why doesn't the PDGA use Eventbrite or some other ticket platform where you can actually just go and scan a QR code? Unless Disc Golf Scene does that, and it's just a feature I don't know about. In which case, why doesn't the Pro Tour use Disc Golf Scene to sell tickets? Anyway, tickets are on sale, and oddly enough, they're on sale on Disc Golf Scene, which just doesn't seem like the right platform for that.
What else is happening?
There were 4 discs that were approved over the weekend, actually probably on Friday, and we will let you know about them right now. A couple of putters and a couple of mids. Dynamic Disc has released the Judge XS as a new putter. Well, they haven't released it. These are just approved by the PDGA. It doesn't mean they've been released. Goliath Discs has gotten the Waymaker approved. That also looks to be a putter. Negative Discs, which I had never heard of until this very moment, released a disc called the Ritual. It looks like a approach or mid-range. And there's a disc called the Kansu from Infinite Discs, Khonsu. I don't know the right way to pronounce that, unless Kansu is correct. Well, even then, I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it.
What else is happening?
The Upshot did a really good season preview. They had Brian Earhart on the show. They go over pace of play. It's a rule that puts the entire group on the clock. The goal is to enforce time through the group. They believe this change will lead to more efficient rounds and reduce delays during tournaments. If this doesn't work, I think we should open up the floor to good ideas. They also talked about the new playoff format. I agree with them 100% that the new aggregate playoff is going to be an overall positive for our sport. They talked about Champions Landing, Jeremy Rusco's new project out in Emporia. He purchased the Emporia Country Club. He got a $500,000 forgivable loan from the city. They are looking to build a hotel, event space, brewery, and restaurant facilities. I can't wait to go to Emporia and see what they are building. They also talked about whether this is going to be the year of the Eagle or the year of the Calvin. And that is going to be a debate probably until September, maybe even October. And that does it for us today. Have a great one, throw them straight, and hit the thin gap. If you've got any news you want to share, discgolfdaily@aol.com.